Where did we get the fours in on all fours? To walk or crawl on all fours means to get about on hands and knees like a four-legged animal, or the process of locomotion by such an animal itself. The word for can be used as a determinant to describe a quantity of items, in which case the noun is plural, for bricks, for beers, for colors. But somehow, in the expression on all fours, the plurality has shifted from the noun, presumably legs in this case, to the determiner itself. I can think of no other case where this has happened. From Etymonline's entry on 4. To be on all fours is from 1719, earlier on all four, 14c. So somehow it got from a shortening of, again presumably, on all four legs, to on all four, then at some point during the next several hundred years, mirabile dictu, somehow the s migrated from legs to fours. I'm looking for where and how this could have happened. Please do not respond to tell me what the phrase means or anything like that. I only want to know how the s got transferred from noun to number, or examples of other words that have undergone a similar progression, should any exist.
The worldwide word suggests that the AS was introduced in the 19th century, suggesting the four legs or extremities. The image behind it is that of a dog or similar animal. If it has use of all four legs, it runs smoothly and evenly, as opposed to the way it would limp if one of its legs were damaged. The expression was originally on all four, known from the 16th century in phrases we're still familiar with, such as to crawl upon all four. The final s it was added in the 19th century. Earlier, a word such as legs or extremities was understood. In the 18th century, people started to use to run on all four as a figurative expression to describe some proposition or circumstance that was fair or equitable, well-founded, sturdily able to stand by itself. To be on all four or to stand on all four meant to be on a level with another, to present an exact analogy or comparison with something else. Presumably the image is of two animals standing together, both on all four legs, hence in closely similar situations. It's hardly common now outside the legal profession, and I suspect from what subscribers have told me that it doesn't turn up that often these days even in that field. This is confirmed by the OED, which notes the 19th century S edition. Formerly all four SC extremities. The S was added prob. During the 19th century, not in Johnson 1808. Invokes a metaphor of the form, not limping equals fair or even, not lame, and gives an earlier citation, from a British legal context, which also involves running and is applied to a comparison, figure to run on all fours, i.e. fairly evenly, not to limp like a lame dog. To be or stand on all fours, to be even or on a level, to present an exact analogy or comparison with. 1877 Daily Telephone March 15th, it must stand on all fours with that stipulation, _ 1883 Daily News February 8th. 3/7 The decision I have quoted is on all fours with this case. Itrecis upem edu.
In the OED 3rd edition, September 2012, they updated etymology given under the headword all fours, N, suggests 3 routes for the S attachment. With reference to the 4 legs of an animal, the alteration of all 4 legs, AJ plus AJ, to all fours might be explained by the omitted but understood plural noun, legs. The earliest use evidenced for all fours in this sense is 1678. This is probable. The S suffix forming adverbs may also have played a role. Hence there arose in early Middle English mixed forms such as ains, amida, and the frequent coexistence of the 2 forms of the same ADV, one with and the other without S, led to the addition of S to many ADVS as a sign of their function. In some instances the extended form prevailed, as in Efsons. In others it survived only in dialects, as in Offens, Gaelic, Scottish. This is perhaps probable. The earliest use of all fours, in 1674, refers to the name of a card game, in which 4 game points are available per round, for being dealt the highest trump, being dealt the lowest trump, taking the jack of trumps, and winning the most tricks. About this sense, the OED suggests that its use may have influenced the use of the S forms in both the sense on or upon all fours with reference to the 4 legs of animals and the sense to run on or upon all fours. The OED also suggests that this sense may show an independent formation from the ADJ, all, and the plural of the noun for. This is possible. After looking at the evidence and reading the analysis presented in the OED, I favor the explanation that all of the suggested influences played a role in the adoption and retention of the S form. Of those influences, I am biased toward the last, the use and historical prevalence of the name of the card game, all fours, as the most dominant. My bias arises mostly from that being the earliest evidenced use of the S form.
We say modal verbs and often speak in shortened form of modals. The modal is an adjective. We add the plural s of verbs to modal and create a new noun in plural. I think that the same process took place when moving on all four limbs to extremities was shortened to moving on all fours.